But look at those two craters on the left-hand side. There it goes, right? Well, there they come back down again. Now, how the heck can that happen? Those two craters, they're still there over on the left-hand side. That's pitched over 52 or 56 degrees. Those craters cannot be there. That limb did not pitch over.
Right, but you know what they did? They panned the camera out to show the stuff being blown out and then pointed it back down again. Because the machine is still vertically taking off in that first 2 seconds, 3 seconds that it takes off at. But the camera went out to show the blast and then went back down. And now it's just rocking on a cable. And it still isn't pitched over. I mean, it's still pointing straight down.
Yeah.
Somebody's operating that thing on the simulator, taking a little creative license in the operation of the camera. That's what they've done. Now the camera is going to pan right back down to the ground. Look at it. See it?
Those craters are still there on the left-hand side. That limb did not pitch over. I mean, this is Apollo 14. This is the worst.
Yeah, and now it's just rocking on the cables. Stops, rocks, stops, rocks, stops, rocks.
Let's go to 15 and see what that looks like, because I think it's just as bad. Let's just listen with some audio here.
Good liftoff. Automatic.
Okay, he just said pitch over.
Uh-huh.
Well, if that's pitched over 56 degrees, then you should be able to see the rover down there.
You're still looking the other direction completely. Go back down to where it takes off again and take a look at the one large piece that is being blown out right at the liftoff. And watch the distance it travels out. It's slightly to the right. See that foil? See how far it's going out there? How can it go out past the experimental equipment and not stir anything up on the ground? That's 500 feet between them.
But where's this pitch over? He's called pitch over now 5 seconds ago.
Right. But that blast that shot that piece of material out 500 plus feet isn't disturbing anything on the ground. That's being shot out of a party cannon. No way the soil would not be disturbed for that to shoot out like that.
Pitch over right there, he just called it. Where is it? Look at those three craters over on the left-hand side. They're still there.
It's still there. And you're still looking at the experimental equipment there on the ground, and you should be looking at the horizon and space. 56 degrees. And the other direction. From the bottom of the screen, it should pitch over. That's the direction, and it should pitch over, curving down the other way out past the rover, not out to the experimental equipment. The experimental equipment should disappear. The descent stage should be still sitting there. You then see the rover and then see the horizon.
All right, this is CBS News. This is their animation of what this would look like.
Liftoff. And away we go. Target is fired. Going.
Looking good.
It looks good.
Intrepid Houston, copy ignition, guidance looks good.
Well, it looks like their animators forgot the pitch over.
Well, the animators put an awful lot of very visible fuel coming off of there.
Yeah,
Yeah, how did they make a mistake like that in the animation showing the fuel coming off like that? And at least you know where the camera's now located in the window.
well, the animation department did not add the pitch over maneuver when they called it out. Okay, so that is Apollo 12. Let's have a look at the Apollo 17 takeoff. And there you can see it pitching over.
It's pitching over, so you should see the rover in the other view, not the descent stage right there.
But where's the pitch over happening on the screen?
Still looking at the descent stage there.
So it pitched over 56 degrees. Let's have a look at that again.
99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector good. X-Sot. Pitch over.
Oh, by the way, too, let's pay attention to the shadow. Let's see if that shadow rolls with the LEM. You notice that you don't see any exhaust at all coming out of that engine?
Nothing.
Nothing there. Nothing.
Nothing. But you're still looking at the shadow, which is pointing out towards the experimental equipment, which on the main view is to the back of the shot. That camera is looking directly at the experimental equipment, and that shadow should be on the ground in the distance if you could see the ground on that. And when it starts to pitch over within the next few frames, you'd be able to see then the rover on the ground that's taking the shot. But you're already a good 30 degrees off the other direction looking at the shadow, because the shadow is going out to the experimental equipment, and then it just settles back in, and then you start to see the descent stage again. You shouldn't be looking at that at all. Right there, look at the full pitch overs right there, and all you've got is the descent stage.
And here's one last look. Let's just see. There it goes. There it goes. Pitch over's called now.
Right there.
Where is it? What happened? Why is it not pitched over? This is 56 degrees tilt on that pitch over. And the craters are still there. Those two craters that are on the path are still there.
Yeah.
They should not be there, those ones that are on the left side.
But, we'd like aft Omni, please.
There's the descent stage just went out of view there, but it's wandering off to the right. It should have shot back to the rover, which it would have to travel 90 degrees the other direction. And if you speed that thing up, you're going to see it rock. It stops, then rolls, then stops, rolls, stops, rolls. Now, if that's the complete video of the thing, the rover camera pans across, then it pans down, and then it pans back across to the left, and it picks up a very large object, a shadow of an object on the ground that can't be there. And when it's looking down, there's the fender, there's the front tire for the fender, and then that's way the hell out there. And we know which direction the shadow is pointing, and that's got to be in front of the rover. It's not on the rover. Can't be anything mounted on the rover. And I've seen photographs of the rovers pointing straight at the LEM, its final resting spot. That is sideways to the LEM. And it doesn't matter. You're not going to see anything else out there because you're looking in front of the rover itself. So nothing mounted on the rover would be visible as a shadow. That's the biggest thing.